here we are. That 14 minutes evaporated, and we're right back here with you guys. But that's right where we want to be. Guys, we've been live all day. We've got a few more really great streams to go.
Yep.
We're giving away a tremendous amount of stuff today. There's been a lot of winners already. I want to make sure you guys take advantage of the sale that we're running all weekend. Again, it's the only time we go on sale all year long, so take advantage of that. You don't want to miss out.
Yeah, so for the full details on what's on sale, for the Coral Restoration Foundation, what the rest of the streams are, what we're giving away in each one, go to waterboxaquariums.com/Blue Friday. It's got all your details there. So that's where you're going to get all the best info.
Yep. Make sure you guys smash that like button. Helps us out tremendously. I see about 215 people in here. Let's get 215 likes.
Yes.
Subscribe to the channel because we do have regular shows, if you don't know already, every week. And hit that notification bell so you can get notified when we're going live and when we post new videos.
Yep, we got a lot going on. You don't want to miss any of it. We always have great content, builds, all of that. So today on this stream, we have a $500 Waterbox gift card. We have a Cube 10. We have a Peninsula Mini 15 and 2 Waterbox shirts. So a lot of lucky winners. But the currency of this is, A, you must like the stream.
You must smash the like button.
Must smash the like button. And also be really active into the comments. This one is all Q&A.
Yeah.
So this is how can we help you decide on what Waterbox, what equipment, what questions you have on that. You know, we can't get to all those through each stream. So this is your chance, and they're going to pull as many as we can get through. We're going to try and just blow through them.
Yeah.
And help you guys as much as possible on picking Waterbox or anything associated with it. So drop your questions. They're going to start pulling them. And this is all about you guys.
If you guys also noticed, we dropped a few new products, the Infinia, the reverse osmosis system. If you have questions about those, put them below. I'm happy to answer those. If you're just trying to decide, you know, what to go with.
It can be tough. There's a lot of models, just knowing which one's right for you. You know, we're here to help with that. And also, what equipment do you get with your Waterbox? You know, if like, I'm getting my Waterbox today, what skimmer, pump, lights, you know, all of that should I get? We're here to help you with those questions.
Love it.
And they're going to start putting up questions.
You want them now? You got a little bit of time here?
Oh.
No, I say just go.
Come on, man. Come on. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Let's go. I'm not filtering much. Let's do it.
Who knows what you're going to get?
Before I take this question, head over to Waterbox during the stream, after whatever, head over to waterboxaquariums.com/raffle and get entered into that raffle. If you support them with $10, $100, all of it's going to help. Not only that, but it's going to help the Coral Restoration Foundation, but you also get a chance to win something cool. So it's a win-win for everybody. So definitely go take advantage of that. We're trying to get that to 30 grand. So share it on social media, share it with your friends. And
you get a chance to win, but all of this is going to a great cause. If you missed it, go back to the 12 o'clock stream afterwards, run through that, see what they're doing, seeing the state of the reefs and how they're improving it. And know that every dollar that you put into that raffle is just going to benefit them and help them out in their cause. We're a little bit over $28,000 right now.
Wow.
We want to get to that 30.
We're close. I didn't even realize we were that close.
Please, we've got to get to we want to hand them $30,000 for their, you know, their foundation. That would be just absolutely amazing. So get over there, do it for them. It's a great cause.
Yeah, it's truly a wonderful thing. John says, I'm upgrading from a 50-gallon to a Reef 220.6. That's awesome. And I wanted to know if I can use my existing skimmer for a while before upgrading to a larger one.
Okay, so before adding any more fish, technically yes. Because if you have a large tank, but your bio load of fish and stuff is only the equivalent to a smaller tank, your skimmer will be able to keep up. But you do, before you start anything else, want to upgrade that skimmer.
Yeah.
For sure, because it's only rated for a bio load of that many gallons. So, you know, you can get by with it for a little bit.
Yes. Be disciplined with that. Make sure you upgrade it before you add anything
Yeah, it's easy to say I'm going to get one, or you know, later, and then not and start buying fish and stuff, but you don't want to do that.
Jackson says, will you guys offer a bundle with some Radeon lighting?
We do.
Well, of course we do, Jackson.
We do. We have it for saltwater and freshwater models for the Radeons. So any of the product pages you go to, you should see on anything larger, medium to larger size, will have that Radeon option. You'll see like no lights, the Plus, and the Plus XR. That's the Radeons.
Yep, exactly. And we did the homework for you guys on these Plus editions. So Jackson, if you don't know what the Plus edition is, we pre-configured the lighting for each one of our aquarium systems, whether it's saltwater or freshwater, You don't need to think about it. Just choose whether or not you want hydras, primes, radions, etc.
Yep.
Good to go. William says, on the Marine X and the Reef models, what else do I need to buy to get a Reef up and running?
So for the very, very basics to get started, you need a return pump and a heater. That's just to get your system physically running. Now, before you add any livestock, like fish and stuff, you do want a skimmer. A media reactor is a bonus. And then an auto top off is great because it's already built into the reservoir. It's going to save you from daily top off. Before you get any corals, you need that lighting.
Yep.
So you can do things in steps. Just make sure before you go to the next step, your equipment is in place and running properly.
Perfect. Thank you, William. Again, if you guys want more details on today, anything that happened today, waterboxaquariums.com/Blue Friday. Nathan says, hi guys, loving the Infinia series. I was about to buy the LX 270, but now I'm eyeing Infinia 275. What makes the LX more premium product for $500 for very similar specifications? So we designed, it's using a much different cabinetry. It's deeper in dimensions, it's bigger. We have thicker glass panels, we have double bottom panels. There's just a lot of things that go into the craftsmanship of the Reef LX. It's about as premium as it gets with Waterbox. Well, it is. And that's really the differentiator between the two is, you know, if you look at Reef Infinia, Reef LX, you got good, better, best. And that's really how you want to look at it. If you're looking at the Reef and you want the premium, you know, features added to it, go Infinia. You want the best of the best, go Reef LX.
That's a great explanation of it.
If you want to save $500, go Infinia. Ravine says, has anyone tried putting a Refugium in a Cube 20?
Yeah, so I've definitely seen it happen. A great resource for anybody who's thinking about getting a water box or buys one or has one now is our Facebook group. So it's a Waterbox official user group on Facebook. Tons of different types of tank sizes, great for asking questions. I've seen people do Refugiums on cubes. You have a couple options. You can do it in the middle chamber. Problem is some light will shine through. It's a little bit more compact. There are also hang on the back Refugiums. So there is ways to do it. How much benefit it really serves on that small of a tank is, I guess, up to people's debate.
Yeah.
But it has been done and can be done. I would definitely join our group and ask people there maybe to show how they've done it, or if they thought that if they did, was it worth it? Did they keep it?
Thank you, Ravine.
I think this is a funny question, but.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
The question is a question.
Josh says, are you guys answering new questions or questions that were missed earlier? Josh, we are answering new questions. These are all happening right now. Our team back in the production room is putting them up on the screen.
Yeah,
for us.
honestly, there's so much activity in the chats during each of these streams. We could not go back and find questions from there. So
Yeah.
this is all new stuff. We got to as many as we could per stream earlier. There's just so much other information we're giving with our guests and stuff. But this is why we put a whole Q&A just for one stream.
Yeah. Thank you, Josh. Jess, if you use copper for ick, would you use cleated? How do you say that?
Chelated?
Chelated or ionic?
I would honestly talk to your local fish store on medicating. There's a lot of different people that do it different ways, and also if you go and do it one way and you need assistance after the fact, go with where you get the advice from originally. I don't like to give advice on medicating because there are a lot of ways to do it, and if it's done improperly, no matter what you say, like I don't like to give that kind of advice. I really think that you should rely on your local fish store for more serious things like that, because they may have another way to do it. They have experience using, some people may say, oh, chelated is not the good one, ionic is, they're gonna say vice versa. But use a store who's had experience with it. It can guide you the best way to do it properly and safely, because you can cause a lot of bad problems with copper if you don't do it right. So I don't have a definitive answer for you, but I think it just varies.
Jess was dropping knowledges to Jess. Richard says, what lights do you recommend for a discus-oriented light, medium planted freshwater aquarium? Light to medium, yeah.
It depends on how big the tank is. So like a discus tank, I think, is beautiful in a larger aquarium. Like maybe one of the large reefs. Infinia or LX would be beautiful because of the size, clear pro. I think that the prime lights are just not probably enough to do much as the way of planted in that size, just because of the footprint. So for that reason alone, I would go with the XR15 Freshwater because it's going to give you the coverage to, you know, do a little bit more with the plants and stuff. But if it's, say, a little bit smaller, you could probably get away with the primes.
Excellent.
Does Scott agree? He agrees. All right.
Not reading that name. When would you ask? When would you add a media reactor?
Really, any time is fine. A media reactor is not a must, but it is a bonus. So you don't have to have a media reactor. You can use filter bags. You can do all of that. But I think media reactors are definitely beneficial. But there's no specific time that you have to have one. But I'd say the sooner the better, just because it is going to give you a better flow through once you're done cycled and all that.
Do nano tanks, example, 25 gallons need a power head, or is the return pump flow enough? That depends.
Depends, yeah. If you're planning to do corals or a good amount of them, I think a power head is always beneficial because you do need variable flow. Even the easiest of corals do prefer to have wave motions and different directions of flow. Just using your output, it's all going to be one directional. There's going to be no change in speed. You're going to have dead spots. You're going to have corals that like to be nice and flowy that aren't going to have that kind of waving back and forth. So honestly, I think from 10 gallon and up, a power head is extremely beneficial. It's going to keep your tank cleaner. Your corals are going to be happier. You know, all around, it's a great thing to have.
Yeah, I always say try to get your flow inside the display, like from a power head rather than the return line. Because if you're trying to get your flow through the return line, you're just getting less efficiency from your filtration, especially if you have like a sump and a protein schooner.
Yeah, you don't want to push it back too fast. You can really do better with wave makers that are going to give natural flow to your stuff.
How many gallons per hour should be turned through filtration in freshwater versus reef?
I hate putting numbers on these because it's so hard to say. So like, I don't think there's a certain number like we had talked about. Get more flow internal than it is through your filtration. I would say through a reef tank, like 5 to 7 times turnover through your sump is plenty good. I would say freshwater will depend on your types of fish because some are going to be lower flow. Like your planted tank's not going to need tons of wave makers. Whereas if you have a larger fish only kind of thing, you might want them to help kick fish waste and stuff up. But you know, maybe say 5 times with the freshwater, 5 to 7 with the reef.
Yeah. Cool. Tyler says, I want a tank big enough for tangs and other large active fish. Which water box should I get? The largest one that you can afford.
Yeah. Biggest one that you can fit in your space and that you can afford.
Yeah.
If you want tangs, most tangs minimum 6 foot.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're really looking at the Reef 220, the Infinia 6 foot, the LX 6 or 7 foot. Most types of tangs will not do long term well in something less than 6 foot.
12-month 0% APR financing.
There you go. Get your dream tank.
We're reaching that point of where me and Jess are going to start getting a little delirious.
It's really possible.
Yeah, it's going to happen.
Yeah. Next stream it's over, I think.
2 more, guys. We're going to do it. 2 more streams.
2 more streams. That's it. All right.
Difference between saltwater and freshwater tanks on the main website. I guess they're talking about like the saltwater,
The categories.
The difference between the clear and
like the Marin X, the Reef, etc. So our freshwater tanks, if you're looking at like the Clear, Clear Mini, Clear Pro, the big thing with those is those are Starfire glass boxes.
Yep.
There's no drilled holes to go down to a sump, anything like that. They're just super high quality, you know, aquariums that are used for either freshwater or planted tanks. You're going to need to add some sort of hang-on filtration, canister filter, etc.
Yeah.
Whereas our saltwater systems, primarily designed for saltwater, but like you saw previously, they can also be used for freshwater perfectly.
Great for freshwater, yeah.
A lot of them, with the exception of the all-in-one, are drilled, have sumps underneath. So that's typically, you know, a saltwater thing.
Yep.
Anything else you want to cover, feel free.
No, I mean, the
I
main
don't know what
difference
I'm talking
is
about.
straight. The freshwater category is like straight, beautiful glass boxes with nothing external to that. I think you worded it perfectly. You know
Okay,
it.
good.
You know it.
I know, I'm just kidding.
He doubts himself, man.
Well, yeah, 5 hours of live streams, I definitely do.
Yeah, I'll do it too. The Reef 130.4 doesn't have a check. I'm gonna say check valve. Can I install my own? Yeah, you can definitely modify the plumbing if you so choose. However, there is not a need on that size aquarium to have a check valve, which is why we don't have one. You'll see that we have check valves on our larger systems, usually 5 foot and above, not frag series. So the reason for this is the backflow amount because of the height and sump size. You can, if you put your nozzles down too far, backflow too much to fill the sump.
Yeah.
Whereas on these other models, as long as you're not pointing your things all the way down, there's not enough overall surface volume by sump volume to overflow it.
Right.
So there isn't generally what we would consider a need on that system, but you're more than happy to go ahead and install
Sometimes
it.
a check valve can add a little bit more maintenance just so you maintain it over time.
Yeah.
Like you said, there's no real reason.
Yeah, it's not a necessary thing, but
Yeah.
you know, you can definitely do it.
Yeah. Thank you, Cass. Rebecca says, what's the most important equipment for a saltwater tank?
Everything.
All the things.
Pretty much all the things.
Yeah.
You can't run a tank without a pump, so that I would say that's like most important. Otherwise, it's a stagnant box of water. So you need a pump. Protein skimmer is extremely important for keeping your water clean, and you can't have corals or see your fish without lights.
Yeah.
So yeah, kind of all the things.
If you remove some of the more obvious things like lighting and a return pump, I would personally say a protein skimmer of sufficient size and performance to pull out the gunk.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
It's going to keep your water a lot cleaner.
Yeah.
And saltwater fish make a lot of mess,
Yeah.
and they're more sensitive, so.
Matt says, is the Peninsula 25 ready to go for reef or fish with the addition of a heater, or is anything else necessary or need to be upgraded for optimal performance?
So it comes with a pump. You need a light if you're doing the corals.
So the Plus edition.
Yeah, the Plus edition will have the light that you need for corals. And besides that, like you said, the heater is really your basic necessities. You can add power head a little bit later. Auto top off is amazing choice for smaller aquariums because the salinity level will fluctuate a lot in that smaller volume of water, more than you think, where if you're not adding water every single day or twice a day, your salinity level is going to bounce around a lot. So I think an ATO is one of those necessary things for smaller aquariums. They just, I think, get overlooked a lot of the time. But the XP Aqua is on a good sale for right now, and
Yeah.
it's super easy to hook up onto those all-in-ones. Just put a little tank down below, like a little clear, works perfect, and your tank's gonna be so much happier.
Yep. Rebecca says, what fish do you recommend for nano tanks?
Oh man, there's so many. I love Nano Fish. Love Nano Fish. You can do clownfish. They can be kind of a butthead in smaller tanks, but you know, they're iconic. Everyone wants a Nemo. But I think stuff that gets overlooked, little tiny blennies and gobies. You know, there's little tiny nano ones, stuff like that. I think inverts are really cool in a nano.
Yeah.
You got sexy shrimp, pom-pom crabs, you know, they're really cool. But stick with really small, peaceful stuff. So, you know, your gobies, your blennies, cardinals are great in nano tanks because they're super peaceful. Not many wrasses are going to be great for a nano, you know, so just be cautious with those in a peaceful type of clown if you're going to get one.
There's so many questions that I want to just answer as I look at them.
I mean, jump at one, and if
Okay.
I have it, I'll delete it.
Any tips on getting scratches out of glass?
I don't know.
Hmm.
I know
never
that
had to do it.
you have to drain it, and then there's a whole like sequence of polishing and down with finer and finer grit. I could not tell you that process.
Yeah.
You would have to kind of research your own, talk to a
Google's your
glass
friend
company,
for that
something
one,
like
yeah.
that. I could not really tell you the best kit or process for it.
I'll probably follow up with a better one. What's the best way to prevent from scratching the glass?
Best way to prevent from scratching glass? That is a great question. If you have a magnet cleaner, don't leave it in your tank. Take it out when you're done, rinse it off and put it aside. Having sand in your magnet will make a big difference. But if you leave it in your tank and you're like, oh, I'll just put it up to the corner, I'll grab it when I need, you'll be surprised how many little calcium deposits and stuff will basically grow in that spot. Then you go to clean your glass and right across. So taking it out, cleaning it, and also if you're using like scraper blades, look at that blade every single time before you use it, making sure it's straight, there's no bent corners. You'll be surprised how quickly some of those like cheaper blades will bend. And then that's kind of all it takes for that. And don't use a scrubby pad on the sand line, only a razor
Yeah,
blade.
and take a look at the reviews when you're buying some of these magnets with metal scrapers and stuff like that, because you will see there are certain ones that tend to be a little bit less
Long last,
gentle
yeah.
on your glass. Glass is much more resilient than acrylic, but it still does scratch.
Yeah, it can.
Sometimes people are like, how did this scratch? Well, it's
It
not.
won't scratch without reason. I mean,
Right.
like, I think acrylic, you can look at it wrong and there's a scratch.
Yeah.
But like with glass, you physically have to have something in your magnet, bent razor, something like that, to create a scratch on it.
Someone asked if we prefer the Radeon Pros or Blues. I'm gonna go, it's a personal opinion, blue, just because it's easier for me to get already out of the box to get the color that I want.
Yeah.
We use it on all of our tanks.
Yeah, I personally love the blue spectrum. I like to go more blue than maybe some. So I prefer the blue as well, but both are phenomenal lights with full controllability. So you can't go wrong with either one. Pull the question.
Quiet pump recommendation, Vectra. But
Yeah.
that was not up on the screen.
About to say,
Richard's
Yeah,
hallucinating.
vectors are great.
Do you recommend a random flow generator to be added to the outflows?
I've heard a lot of good things about them. I mean, people do use them. I don't personally swap out ours for them. My favorite way to make your flow the best inside your aquarium is Powerheads. You know, I use, depending on the size tank, either Nero's or the Vortex. And, you know, they've got so many speed variables and wave functions and stuff like that, you know, my flow through the sump, through filtration, is just for that, filtration. It's just to get to the socks, to the skimmer, you know, all of that. That is its only purpose to me. It's not really to add a ton of flow into the tank. It's not to add waves in the tank. That is what I leave for those great power heads to do, which is like the Vortex or their Neros. Like but I see a lot of people use them and are happy.
Yeah. Someone asked, is the Reef LX going to be on sale? The Reef LX is on sale in select markets. I can tell you it is not on sale in the US or Canada. So it just really depends. Most of the times our newer products don't go on sale. So that's really why. Just says, how to clean Coraline off of acrylic. Well, we don't sell acrylic tanks, fortunately.
Oh, good. Good. Yeah, I don't know. Leave it be.
Sell it and buy a water bottle.
Yes.
Wow. It's the perfect weekend to get rid of your acrylic tank.
No, yeah, dude, yeah. I mean, they have blades for acrylic. They do.
Not sure how well they work, though.
Yeah, I mean, they do. I feel like the amount of scratching that the calcium deposit of Coraline on acrylic will be is that it's probably going to leave fine scratches almost kind of no matter how you do it.
I've never seen an acrylic tank. I
Not
haven't dealt with a
scratched.
lot of acrylic tanks, but yeah, they're always just scratches all over them.
Yeah,
It
so I
doesn't
mean,
matter.
use an appropriate blade that's meant for acrylic, go really slow and gentle. Try not to get extra Coraline stuck under the blade when you go
Yeah.
back and forth. Or I think Rich's suggestion is to get rid of your acrylic tank and buy a water box this weekend.
Yeah.
It's glass, much
Or
easier.
just get a glass tank. You know? But it is Blue Friday. Kat says, yes, would you guys ever do a larger cube tank like a 90?
No.
Sure.
We can't tell you what might happen.
Would we? Sure.
Maybe? I don't
Will
know.
we? Maybe. Oh, I'm sorry, Kat. We're just being silly. But no,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, anything's possible. We have a pretty vast range of sizes, and I can tell you we don't really have like a larger cube tank, so anything's possible.
And that's the thing is like, we do look in what people are requesting over time, what seems to be a popular like request. And we do take those into consideration. But we also figure new tanks and products take a very long time from concept to reality.
Yeah.
So, you know, and obviously if we do have anything new that's in the works, we can't tell you until it's released. So, you know, like I said, we are always keeping an eye on what the people are requesting. So
Yeah.
maybe not.
Yeah, if there's a lot of you guys out there that want a larger cube, let it be known. I'm sure it'll happen. Chris says, best 36-inch tank you have for saltwater.
Ooh, that would have to be the new Infinia.
Yeah.
There you go.
And you want to know a secret? The 125.3 is not 36 inches.
Oh yeah, it's
It's
not.
40.8 inches, and it's a wonderful dimension. If you're not looking to get into that more, if you're not, yeah, a little confusing. Look at this text specs. All right.
All right, but if you need it, okay.
Pose.
All right, you can come back to that one.
Okay. Thanks.
If you need a full, like a true 36 inches, you can't go over 36 inches because the Infinia 3 foot's not 3 foot.
Right.
Confusing.
Confusing.
The Reef 100.3 is your best bet for a saltwater.
You know what's funny is, I'm going to delve into that. We talked about, in the past, we had a 170.4/5 because
yeah.
it was like
That was
4.5
even
feet.
more confusing.
Yeah, so we thought about, well, do we call it the 123 point, whatever, and 3/5 or whatever, and we just left it as a 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not 3 feet.
Close.
Yeah, close enough.
That went way roundabout.
Yeah.
What tips do you have for dealing with algae on plants? Okay, I guess the other question would be live plants or plastic plants. I'm guessing live. So, okay, if this is a planted aquarium, really you need to have proper algae eaters in there. So you've got like Siamese algae eaters, little auto cats, that kind of stuff. Have enough of those before you have algae problems, to help maintain it. Make sure that your water quality is good. You're not throwing too much light on there. So, same things, you got to keep an eye out for regular algae in any aquarium, but having the proper algae eaters in there that aren't going to eat your plants and just clean up your tank is going to be key as well. If it's fake plants, take them things out and bleach them. Clean them up, put them back in.
Someone asked if we had the dimensions on the Infinia, and I don't have them with me. I thought I did. But
Tech specs.
yeah, head over to the tech specs page. It's all there. Simon says, what kind of inverts would be good for a Nano Reef?
Almost all inverts. I mean, for the general rule.
Not Gary, though, right?
Not Gary. Maybe a baby Gary. A normal size Trocus, not our gigantic one,
Yeah.
would be great. So most of your snails and stuff are going to be perfectly fine. I wouldn't put a turbo snail into a Nano Reef unless there was a huge algae outbreak and then know that you're going to have to remove them. So Trocus, Nacerius, that kind of stuff are great Sarah snails. For other inverts, hermit crabs, herbivore variety, not the carnivorous type. And avoid things like big emerald crabs unless you have a specific need for them. For fun inverts, man, you've got cleaner shrimp, blood shrimp, sexy shrimp, pom-pom crabs. There's little things called squat lobsters. I don't even know if they're available anymore, but they're the
Squat
coolest
lobsters,
things
yes.
ever. I would love to know if
Great.
they're actually still a thing. They used to be so hard to get, but they're like my favorite little invert. They were absolutely adorable. So you have a lot of choices. Make sure in a Nano Reef that they are peaceful and not known to be aggressive.
Silverado says, are you guys considering cylinder tanks? Well, we do all glass, so no, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, that's acrylic thing.
Yeah.
Best way to keep Coraline algae off back glass, or is it more beneficial to let it spread? No, you gotta maintain your back glass just like your sides and front. So, one of the benefits for Waterbox is your overflow is all or majority glass, which makes it a lot easier to keep clean because you can use a scraper blade on it and not get it scratched up. So really what I do is I take my magnet or scraper and, maybe not as often as the front and the sides, but at least probably like every 2 weeks, I just go in and clean off all the back panels because I like that super clean look. I think it makes everything else in the tank pop against it. Whereas if you start to have this bright purple background, it's beneficial, you get growing Coraline, but I think it takes away from that contrast with the rock and the corals and stuff.
Yeah.
I like having that jet black background and everything just pops and the tank looks deeper.
100%. Forgot his name. I think Jeremy is asking if we sell the big Waterbox stickers that go on the cabinets. I think that we do still.
We do. Actually, Emily and I were just having this conversation the other day.
Yeah, so-
Waterbox cabinet stickers. We still have them. Yeah, they're
Are they
on the website.
Okay, yeah. So we do have them. I mean, I'm speaking specifically to our U.S. warehouse. reach out to customer service, support at waterboxaquariums.com.
They were
You can also-
under supplies or cabinet?
I think they were under cabinet.
Under the cabinet category in supplies, go there and they should be on that page.
Okay, cool.
One more question.
One more question. What powerhead would you recommend for a 10 to 15 gallon tank? Nero 3, they're adorable and they work really well, a lot of flow, small footprint. You can use them in the My AI app, tons of flow patterns and percentages, and they're not gonna look gaudy and big in your aquarium, but they're gonna give you that natural flow. If you wanna get real fancy with it, go get yourself an MP10, but I don't think it's necessary.
Ian has a good question I want to touch on. He says, what is your tank naming convention? So if you're looking at an aquarium and the first numbers before the period, like a 100.3, the 100 is the total system volume, 100 gallons. The 3 is the 3 feet. So it's gallons and then feet. The only thing is if you look at our peninsulas, they're the length and the width because we're looking more, how much room space is taking coming out from the wall.
Yeah.
As well as with, if you look at our freshwater tanks or aquascaping tanks, those are the length and the width because typically that's what an aquascaper looks at when they're looking at buying a tank. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's a good question.
Good job.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Keaton says, good job, all right.
I did good.
Star player today,
Yes.
right here.
I'm a real team player, you guys.
The balloons are giving up.
Oh, no.
Oh my God, what
no.
happened?
All right. Well,
The helium is, oh man.
fall
Wow, wherever we got those from is all
come on, guys. 2 hours. 2 hours. We just got to make it through 2 hours. We
Well-
appreciate all those questions, guys. Are we wrapping this up?
We are ready for a winner.
Okay.
All right, so we're giving away 2 t-shirts first.
T-shirts.
All right, 2 Waterbox, they're going after me now. 2 Waterbox t-shirts. Ready? Da-da-da.
Nathan and Robert. Congratulations, you guys.
Congratulations. Email winners at waterboxaquariums.com.
Love
They'll
it.
get you taken care of. Being attacked by balloons. Yours are just
Rabbit
dead
balloons,
over there.
Yeah, they gave up.
Oh man, so much for the finale. All right, next we have a Cube 10 winner. And the winner is Coral Reef Queens. Congratulations.
Awesome.
Man, all these people getting some water boxes and some swag and gift cards today.
Yeah, we did it right this year.
There's a lot of happy people out there.
5% of people are claiming it.
Oh,
Beautiful.
Getting them quickly.
nice. People are all on. They're on it, of course.
Yeah, good.
All right, of course, for the Peninsula lovers, there's a Peninsula Mini 15. We got a winner for that.
Cube rectangle for the win. Get it together. Kyla Carpenter, congratulations. Email winner.
You know you couldn't do that without me laughing. All right, congratulations. Please email winners at waterboxaquariums.com.
We still got to give away a gift card, Jess.
We have a gift card for $500.
There you go.
It'd be great. Winner is Eric Sorensen. Congratulations.
Congratulations, you guys. That is amazing. I don't want you guys to forget, we still have maybe an hour and a half left on the Coral Restoration Foundation raffle. We're really trying to get to 30K. We might be there. Are we there, Emily? Do you know?
No? All right,
Okay.
come on, guys. Let's hit that number of 30K. We didn't think that would be a number that's even possible. Like,
Yeah.
we're so amazed by all of y'all's support for
Yeah,
this
we
cause.
truly appreciate it
This
tremendously.
is it's blown me away
Yeah.
with what we're doing, but just to be able to give them for their efforts. And if you got time, go check out the 12 p.m. stream real quick.
Yeah.
See what they're doing. See why it's such a big
That was
thing.
such a great stream.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's so good. And it makes
Yeah.
you really understand how much work they're putting into it. So, and that's
Yeah.
all going to a great cause, and you can win a water box. But we're back here. Oh man, we got 25-minute break.
Yeah.
Yes. Thanks, Keenan. We're back here in 25 minutes, and we're having owner highlight.
This is really cool, you guys. You do not want to miss this one.
So we're gonna see some cool water boxes in action, see what their tricks are. You don't want to miss it. We got fresh and salt for all you guys.
Yeah.
So take a break, come back and join us in 25 minutes.
Thank you, everyone.
See ya.
Waterbox Aquariums offers 2 convenient financing options to bring you one step closer to your dream aquarium. Split your purchase into interest-free payments or finance for up to 36 months. For more information, visit the Waterbox Aquariums financing page. Make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell.
Don't go anywhere. Join us on the next Blue Friday stream for more guests and giveaways.
Blue Friday is dedicated to education and growth for the aquatics industry. A day packed with special guests, sales, and new products, plus over $20,000 in giveaways.
This is the only time that Waterbox Aquariums go on sale all year long. We are live from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with special guests and giveaways. 2 lucky winners will be picked on the 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time stream to win the grand prize of $3,000 Waterbox gift cards.
Sales are live in the USA, Canada, United Kingdom, and Europe on Friday, November 5th at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time until Sunday, November 7th at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Waterbox is committed to doing our part in protecting and restoring the world's oceans, reefs, and waterways. So to keep that promise, all proceeds of the Blue Friday raffle will be donated to the Coral Restoration Foundation.
We are giving away a freshwater and saltwater water box, complete with lighting and filtration, each valued at over $5,000.
Visit waterboxaquariums.com/Blue Friday for more details on sales, giveaways, raffles, and everything else Blue Friday.